Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Daz.
I'm Gaynor.
Office Bloke Aidan.
Okay, before we start, if Patreon's your thing, check out the link below. Loads of stuff on there to check out, all from $3 to $5 per month.
Yeah.
Help support the channel, keep us going.
It does.
Bit of Conan, talking to one of our national treasures.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've seen Conan, actually.
Yeah, isn't it? We've not done Conan for a while.
Yeah.
Vincent Jones or Vinnie Jones. Do you know who Vinnie Jones is, Aid?
I do, yeah, he's a footballer.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was before your...
I never saw him play, don't get me wrong, but I think I knew, like, from like clips, he was a bit of a hard man.
Yeah, he was actually, his original job was a hod carrier on a building site. And you know what a hod carrier is? A hod's like a stick, like with a shelf on it, and you pile it up with bricks. And this was before you had automated machinery to carry bricks up building sites and stuff, or crane. Well, you had cranes, but if you're working on a house, you'd put the hod on your shoulder, fill it with bricks, and then walk up the ladder carrying the hod. So hod carriers were usually quite muscular.
You needed the power in your legs.
Yeah, you were quite. When I went to the pub, when I used to go to the pub, or when I worked in a pub, most of the tough guys in the bar were hod carriers. Yeah. Because they were all jacked up muscle man, sort of like rough ass guys working on a building site doing the hard job. Yeah. That was the graft, carrying the bricks up to the up the ladders. But Vinnie came from that background. Played for a team called Wimbledon. It were no longer, well, they are back in business now. They changed to the MK Dons, the original Wimbledon. And he was the skipper. He was a bit of a nutcase. And he probably most famously, they beat Liverpool in the, I can't remember what cup final it was, maybe 1989.
FA Cup.
FA Cup. No, it was the FA Cup. They beat Liverpool in the final in one of the late 80s sort of time. Is
that when he grabs the balls?
That was a different one. That was against Gaza when he played Newcastle. And that's the most famous picture in football you probably see. I mean, you've seen like the hand of God with Maradona, or you see Pele, sort of like holding the World Cup up, and the other one is Vinnie Jones grabbing Paul Gascoigne's ball sack, squeezing it.
A squeeze.
Yeah. But anyway, this is I guess he's talking to Conan here. Vinnie Jones gets violent on the soccer field. Let's get into it.
You were a soccer pro. That's how you got started in your career. You've had an amazing career as an actor, but you started playing soccer.
We're actually watching him in a show at the moment called The Gentleman on Netflix. Oh, yeah. He's in that, but he's gone really big. I guess he's a pal of Guy Ritchie's, isn't he?
Do you know what I find amazing as well, and not many men I think can still do this, is he married his wife when they were very young. Yeah. In this horrible purple suit, and then they got married again to renew their vows. I think it was 30 years later, and he still wore the same purple suit. He could still get into it. I don't think you'd get into your wedding suit again.
I bet I would. Yeah. He's just a psycho. He's an absolute animal of a guy. Yeah. But he's a national treasure for us here.
Where's he from?
London. He's very well respected in the world of sport over here, and the world of just in general. Yeah. I think I don't know if he still lives in LA. He moved to LA a long time ago.
He's big friends with Guy Ritchie.
That's what I say. He must be a Guy Ritchie pal, because he's in all the Guy Ritchie movies. But he plays the hard man in all the films, doesn't he? Which he is a hard man. Yeah.
Football, you guys call it, I think. You played for Wimbledon, and you played for, their nickname was the Crazy Gang.
Crazy Gang, we got up to a few tricks.
Yeah, well, people said you were the craziest of all of the players on the Crazy Gang. Is that true? Do you think that you were the most out there, the most wild?
Well, I was the captain, so I wanted to make sure that the antics carried on. So if we got a new guy in, say like a rookie, we would normally get him the first day, and then, the snow was on the ground, and we would strip him down, throw him into the river, which was ice cold, and then Vaseline his car, pebble dash the car, burn his clothes, cut up his stuff, and then he was made welcome. That was our welcome.
What an awful...
You might think he's crazy. When the Crazy Gang, Wimbledon were just known for being like a real dirty team. Yeah. Him in the middle. They had Dennis Wise playing for him. Remember Dennis Wise, little Dennis Wise, who was a psycho.
Chelsea as well.
Big guy up front, John Fashanu, sorry. Justin's brother, he was up front. So a big black guy up front as well, sort of thing. They had Alan Cork, they had all the nutters on the team. Dave Besson was in there. They were a proper psycho team. Everyone was scared of them. The professional teams, everyone that played them was shit scared of playing Wimbledon. And that's how Wimbledon was so successful. Yeah. Because they were just nutcases. Fighting. Dave Besson was Dave Bassett was the manager. He was another nutcase. So all round they were all crazy. Billy Gould and all that sort of thing. But it's and then he went on to play for Leeds, which also has a reputation of being psychos.
The fans mainly.
The bloody team as well at the same time.
Stuff, and then he was made welcome. That was our welcome.
Right. What an awful person you are.
I didn't realise.
I think that's a bit like you when you went to boarding school, right? They made you welcome doing that, putting your mattress in the...
I was always all right, to be fair, with Declan as well.
Yeah, because you had your older brother there. Yeah.
until a few years later, it wasn't really a nice thing to do.
Yeah. So that's how you treated people. Okay, you also really intimidated opponents. Look at this way. I guess you got mad at this guy who was he talking? Why are you crushing his willy, as you like to call it? What did that guy do to deserve that?
Well, I was told to mark him tight during the game, and he just started talking crap. And
to put it into context, I know we're pausing it a lot to get through this, but to put it into context, Gaza was probably the most gifted player we've ever had as an England player, right? Vinnie was probably the dirtiest and donkiest. He had no skill whatsoever.
Yeah.
Don't get this taken out of context. He was bobbins at football. He was absolute garbage, right? He was just a tough guy with tough tackling, got stuck in and won the respect of players through that. He wasn't a great player. Gaza was like silk. He was like everything you wanted in a player. Gaza was like the Wayne Gretzky of football. He glided everywhere, took players on. So that's how he got in his head, and that's how you deal.
He just loved the packet too much, though, didn't he?
He's what? Gaza?
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes a little bit. He's partied a little bit too hard, him and Jimmy. Yeah, a little bit too wrong uns together.
Yeah.
I just wanted to grab hold of his crown jewels. And
so you did that, and was that a technique that you used often as you grabbed?
The twist was a new technique. I hadn't practiced it before.
Okay.
But it worked.
Yeah, it worked. It got his attention. Okay, and he stopped probably talking smack about you.
He did, yeah.
Or talking smack in a much higher voice.
He said it much higher. It could be heard along the way.
Was that a yellow card, or?
No, they didn't see it. Referee never saw it.
Didn't see that?
No.
That's incredible.
Photographer did. Luckily.
Yeah, photographer did.
For us.
Man crush.
With the emphasis on crush.
You used to psych yourself up for games in an interesting way. What would you do?
Well, we played one team and we were in the tunnel. And it's quite a funny story because we got really psyched up and we could see that they had a bit of fear in them. So I decided to start headbutting the door, but I knew it was one of the $6 doors.
Cheap doors. You used to smash cheap doors with your head as a way to psych yourself up.
And I mean, it was just like cardboard. So it worked and we won the game. So the following week, same thing happened, but I didn't know that the kit man had changed doors and put an oak door there. So I've gone out and I had a great big egg for the whole game. So, yeah, it was...
You woke up 6 weeks later.
But it was from the kit man, from the manager down to the players. The jokes were... It was like being in the army, really.
Yes, it's how you guys dealt with... Yeah. And, you've had a ton of stitches over the years. How many stitches would you say you've had?
Getting on for 100. I got 68 in one sitting once.
68?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Was it?
It was just a bit of a bar fight, and I came.
Oh, in a bar fight? I thought you were playing the game. You got the stitches in a bar fight?
No, I probably thought
it was a bar fight though. Just a bit.
Yeah.
A couple of bottles of Budweiser, and away you go. So
No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't describe my life at
didn't
all.
say that when
I have a couple of bottles of Budweiser, and then I take a nap. That's the difference between us, Vinny. You have a couple of bottles of Budweiser, and away we go. Suddenly, people are beating the crap out of each other.
Well, I think they saw the movie I did where I took I think it was Euro Trip. I took the bottles off with my eyes, so they wanted to see if the bottles would really bounce off me. But I ended up in the intensive care for the evening.
Yeah, he's a British legend.
Yeah.
He is. He actually, although he's from England, he played for Wales. His national team was Wales because he was never going to get in the England team.
No.
Yeah. It's not as the way he played, but he played international at Wales with Wales. But he's absolutely a legend when he was playing football. He was the era when I was like probably late teens sort of thing, early to late teens. So he was like right in my era when I was like growing up years.
Yeah. And
every time we used to race to get the newspaper on a Saturday to see what Vinnie Jones had done, and you watch Match of the Day at the night to see what he'd done, to see what he got up to.
So you were glamorising violence.
Oh, he was a great thing for football over here. He was like he sort of like brought it like into the. He brought the hard man image.
Football's a contact sport.
It lost its image. It lost its image a long way because I remember there was a player that played for Liverpool called Steve McMahon. He went on to play for City as well, but he was like the hard man of football. He was like Liverpool's midfield general. Put the tackles in, really get stuck in. And I remember when they played Wimbledon, or it might have been Leeds. He comes on the field, literally within about 2 seconds, just takes Steve McManaman straight out of the game. McManaman stood up, patted him on the back and walked off. But if it was anyone else, McManaman was scrapping. McMahon was scrapping with them. Sorry, Steve McMahon. And he was the one that took him straight out. He just patted him on the back and walked off.
Didn't want to
No,
and the ref never even booked him. I think the refs were scared of him.
I was going to say, I think the refs were scared of him.
He terrorised everybody. He was a nuisance. He was a proper nuisance. But he's, like I say, he's gone on to great things. And being an actor now, and he's in some great movies and some great sort of like programmes. Yeah. So good luck to Vinnie. He's a top guy.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one.
Cheers.
Cheers.